Los Angeles friendos, join Going In Raw as we go live on stage with Wrestling with Regrets Brian Zane September 24th at the Nerdist Showroom in LA. The link to tickets is in the description. Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to my GFW Impact Reviews. Larson's still not here. No, he's not watching GFW, although it's kind of a packed episode this week. I actually thought it was a pretty damn good episode this week. You know, I'm here to talk crap, and then they're not giving me a reason to talk crap. There's some cool stuff going on this week. Anyways, it started with Braxton Sutter and Allie coming out. If you guys remember Braxton Sutter, he's been acting like kind of an overprotective sort of douchey boyfriend to Allie lately. He's going to fight Garza Jr. from, I think, The Crash, because Garza, a couple weeks ago, asked Allie if she was okay after she got her butt whooped by Taryn Terrell, if I'm not mistaken. And so this leads to this match right here, because Braxton Sutter didn't like this dude getting involved in his woman's business. So anyways, they went at it. Garza, at one point, so I guess part of Garza Jr.'s gimmick is he takes off his pants halfway through the match. He's got trunks on. He's not just like sitting there with his dingus out. So he takes off his pants, but he does that during this match, and then he looks at Allie and is like, you want some of this? And then Braxton Sutter's like, dude, that's over the line. So he gets mad. They go outside of the ring, start fighting. In any event, they get back in. Towards the end, Allie distracted Braxton Sutter a little bit. Garza hit a super kick, and then a moonsault picked up the win. Then he leaves. Braxton Sutter and Allie start arguing. He's like, let's just calm down. He tries to leave with her. She refuses, and then eventually relents after it appears that he sort of apologizes, kind of. So they seem to be straddling the line between him being like a dick and her like not taking his abusiveness. I don't know how it's gonna. He didn't like slap her or anything. That'd have been rough. Ooh, can't do that. Anyways, next up we had Phantasma. It's either Phantasma or it's son of Phantasma. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'm just gonna call him Phantasma for the purpose of this. Phantasma versus EC3 for the Grand Championship title thing. This is where they have judges and they score it. EC3 took round one mainly because he was beating up Phantasma on the outside. Phantasma took round two because he finished the round with EC3 in sort of a surfboard type submission. Ethan Carter III squeaks by, though, with the split decision in the third round because Judge Hector Guerrero from AAA, which is where Phantasma's from, called it for EC3. Phantasma got mad at the old man, put hands on him. Old man said, get back in there, and you congratulate him like a man. So Phantasma goes in there, and then Pagano debuts, and he attacks EC3. I think that's supposed to be a big deal. He apparently main evented Triple Mania last year, not this past year, but last year. And Larson keeps on texting me here. Yeah. So Pagano attacks EC3. I think him being there is supposed to be kind of a big deal. Then Eddie Edwards makes the save for his fellow Impact wrestler EC3. I don't think that's supposed to be like an EC3 face turn because a face comes out and helps him. I don't know. We'll see. Something tells me we're going to get like a tag match or something next week. Next up, we have LAX. Look, man, here's the thing. Everything LAX I really enjoy. I think it's great. LAX, they're outside of a strip club. Homicide is there. He's very loud. He sort of acts like he kind of runs the place. Anyways, they're very happy. LAX is big on making plans. You always see Conan saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in there. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And there's like a lot of bleeping. So I think they're talking about, I don't know, cocaine, women, having sex. I don't know what they're talking about. I think at one point I heard him talking about beers. Half of what they say I can't understand, even when they speak in English. So anyways, then we cut to scenes of them partying inside this really, really tame strip club. Because the girls up there on the poles, they were wearing more than like, people usually wear. So it wasn't really that cool of a club. Kind of a lame strip club, to be honest with you. I figured they're in Mexico. They're in Tijuana. So I figured it'd be like all sorts of crazy stuff going on. But anyways, next up we had LAX versus the Chris brothers. What do they call them? OVE. Versus two other teams from the Crash. in a 4-way 8-man tag match for the titles, for the Impact Championship titles held by LAX. I really, really love. This was kind of interesting. So the match was filmed. A lot of it was in slow motion. It was filmed kind of like a movie. They didn't show like the match straight up, like the match actually played out. They just showed sort of like highlights, but set to music, and some of it was in slow motion, very dramatic. And I thought the presentation was really cool. In fact, if this is how the Crash presents their product, like in general, not the actual ring stuff, but like it looked like a really cool kind of gritty indie flick, to be honest with you. I thought it was really cool. I thought the fact that they didn't show the match like bell to bell in real action, that guy, I wasn't huge on that because it's such a departure from what we're getting anyways. And I just like to watch like actual wrestling because you can see if they suck or if they don't suck. So this made everything look really good. And in fact, a lot of the moves that they were pulling off in slow motion and stuff really look cool. So I would have wanted to see this match play out as it should play out, like as a normal wrestling match. But I thought the presentation was unique. It was interesting. I would have preferred to have seen the actual wrestling, but I thought it was still kind of cool how they did it because it looked like a gritty sort of movie, you know, it looked like an underground movie. So I don't know, that was kind of cool. But in any event, LAX went over. Then the Christian brothers approached LAX sort of backstage, and I guess the practice ring area, or no, there was no crowd there. And Conan and LAX basically said, you're not in Ohio anymore in the trailer parks. You better turn around and get out of here, essentially threatening him some sort of violence. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was neat. I like Conan. I think the Crash, I wouldn't mind. I might check out some of the Crash's stuff on YouTube just to see if that's how their non-wrestling presentation is as well, because I thought it was kind of cool. It's kind of a mix. Like Lucha Underground is very, very stylized. Like they try to make that look like a Robert Rodriguez movie. This looked a bit more gritty. This looked like more like, you know, a Lost Shield spinoff from The Shield. Remember that TV show? Kind of had that feeling. And if that's how they present their storyline stuff, that'd be kind of cool. Like I kind of dig it. Because it's not like Lucha Underground to me is too stylized. It's like too over the top trying to be a movie. This sort of straddles a line. I kind of like that. Anyways, moving on. Yeah, so the Chris brothers, they lost. Next up, Grado is back in the Impact Zone, and they were saying this is his last match. He's saying his goodbye. They put him in there with a super job guy, William Loose or something like that. He's super skinny, really tiny. Looks like he just got out of training. I mean, he looks like he had maybe 1 day of training. Really tiny. Grado went over super easy. Cuts a promo saying, I love you guys. Thank you so much. But tomorrow I'm getting on a plane. I got to go back to Scotland. I'm being deported, basically. Couldn't get his visa situation figured out. But then comes Joe Park, who says, I've started a sports management business. I'm co-sponsoring your work visa. You're staying here. I think that's great. I think Grado is one of those guys who Impact could really, really use. I always try to find ways that I always find ways in which Impact can be better than they are. And I think Grado is one of those guys. If they're able to keep him around and he's not just, you know, then he doesn't just leave after this set of tapings. That's kind of their biggest problem, is that their TV tapings seem in between, like this last set, in between the TV tapings, there was too much drama that went on behind the scenes, and so you end up with like a brand new storyline. And there needs to be some continuity. And if you keep Grado around, he's enough of a personality so that if he's always there, that's one good chunk of continuity you can have between TV tapings in case other things fall apart, which they seem to do. So anyways, that was fun. So Grado's sticking around. Next up, we had a Johnny Mundo. I hate calling him Johnny Impact. A Johnny Mundo interview. He's psyched to fight low key. Then we had the continuing story of American Top Team and Lashley deciding whether or not he's going to keep on doing pro wrestling or go back to MMA. Cornette is in his office talking to American Top Team. They all come across like a bunch of jerks, and it's great. I love it. Lashley says, I want my release. Cornette says, that's fine. You'll get it if you fight Moose one-on-one tonight. And because Moose is really upset about what happened at Triple Mania. And so Lashley says, fine, okay, I'm going to do that. See, Lashley was playing up that he's done with this. Like, he wants out and he wants his release. Next up, we had a Falls Count Anywhere match for the X Division title. Trevor Lee versus Sanjay Dutt. This was actually a lot of fun. A lot of cool moves. Trevor Lee hit a superplex on Sanjay Dutt. Trevor Lee took it to the outside with Sanjay Dutt, put him up against the ring steps, grabbed a chair, threw the chair at the ring steps, but Sanjay Dutt got out of the way in time. They brawled into the crowd. They went into the back area. Sanjay Dutt hit 2 super kicks on Trevor Lee. Caleb Conley, who now dresses like Trevor Lee, was helping him out. Lee sort of at one point put Dutt, like slammed him onto a barrier like between his legs, so his nuts got crushed. And then Conley hit Dutt. Lee got a roll up, but then used this pole that was there for leverage, got the win and the X Division title. Your new champion, Trevor Lee, and then he jogged away. So that was fun. I like when he jogs away. It's funny. Next up, we saw Richard Justice, the standby wrestler, who just, God, I can't stand this guy. I know he's supposed to be like a real, like I know he's supposed to be a good guy, and he just wants to get his chance, but he's so annoying. But I think he's kind of supposed to be that anyways. American Top Team comes up on him. He's like, wow, I really love you guys. You're American Top Team. Can I join your team? Because I'm an American too. And then they just beat the crap out of him and then give him a shirt. Next up, Taya Valkyrie walks to the ring. She came out. She walks really weird. Like, I don't know if there's a problem with her robe or something, but she walks as if she's trying to figure out which leg is supposed to go next with her walk. She walks very deliberate. She take a step, another step, another step, and it just doesn't work. It's weird. Anyways, she fought jobber Amber Nova in this match. And then she really beat the crap out of Amber Nova. She gave her like a sit-down power bomb. And then when the ref was going to count 3, Taya picked her back up so that she could inflict some more damage. This time she did another sit-down move, but it was a sit-down face plant. Forget what that's called. Then she got the 3 count for the real win, so it was just a squash match. Next up, Eli Drake cut a promo where he called everybody dummies. And I was very happy with this. He did not slip into his Rock impersonation. And I don't know. I think he just sort of talks that way, but sometimes it's too much. Sometimes his Rock thing is too much. I like when he just sticks to being Eli Drake. Thought it was a decent promo. I think there's a long way to go before. I think he can be another good foundational piece to Impact if they keep him around. Right now, I don't know that he's got sort of the gravitas to pull off champion. But he's making the most of it, I think. And he was there with Chris Adonis, and I love Chris Adonis. Next up, we had Low Key versus Johnny Mundo for the #1 contendership to Eli Drake's world title. Very physical match. I don't know if this is the case. Maybe this is just good selling. But half the time I felt like Johnny Mundo was legitimately surprised at how physical Low Key was being. Like, there was a couple times when Low Key was like laying into him with some strikes that looked very stiff, and Johnny Mundo just looked taken aback a little bit. Maybe that was just selling. Maybe that was just good selling. I don't know. Look, man, when you think of Low Key, you think of very stiff worker, and so that's just sort of in your head. I don't know if this is Low Key's last match. I know it was confirmed by Ed Nordholm that he has asked for his release and was granted it. I think he was just on a short-term contract with Impact. Ed Nordholm said they parted on good ways, or on good terms, rather, sorry. So I don't know if after this he's going to still be around and maybe tell LAX, hey, where were you? You're supposed to have my back, and then they didn't, and it'll go that way. I have no idea. I haven't looked up the spoilers. Or if they've had, I think there's one more set of tape, or there's one more TV before Victory Road, which is going to be, I think, on Pop as well in 2 weeks. They kept on saying that. Let's see here. Anyways, we had, like I said, a very physical match. There was one cool part where Low Key had a dragon sleeper on Mundo as he was hanging over the top rope. That was kind of cool. Johnny Mundo did a cool sliding dragon suplex thing where he sort of slides out of the ring as he delivers a dragon suplex to Low Key, because he was sort of in a tree of woe position kind of thing. I don't know. It was weird. It was cool. There was a lot of cool moves in this match. Anyways, Johnny Mundo picked up the win with Starship Pain after Low Key tried for a Warrior's Way, but sort of missed. I think Mundo got his leg up or something and kicked him in the balls. After that, Eli Drake comes to the top of the ramp, to the stage area, starts running down Johnny Mundo, who's looking at Eli Drake, and from behind, Chris Adonis nails him. Eli Drake comes in, and they start beating him up. That's right, Adonis locked him in the Master Lock. They call it the Adonis Lock, but it's always going to be the Master Lock to me. Next up, we're back with Jim Cornette in his office, and now it's just Bobby Lashley. And Lashley is giving him the what for once again, saying, I'm out of here. Cornette saying, dude, you got so much. Cornette plays a really good face authority figure. He's like, you've got so much talent. You can make so much money here. You're not going to go anywhere with those American Top Team guys. And Lashley says, nobody appreciates me. And he offers out his hand, or Cornette offers out his hand. Lashley goes, ooh, like that. He pulls that one. And then he goes, peace. I got to start doing that more to people when they're like, all right, Steve, goodbye. And I'll go, ooh, peace. I'm not going to do that. Anyways, next up, Taya was backstage talking crap to Karen Jarrett for some reason. Next up, we had Lashley in the ring dropping a promo saying that he's done with this place and he wants to go on and fight for the prestigious MMA Heavyweight Championship, which obviously is not anything. I'm pretty sure he just means, what is he in, Bellator? I think he's in Bellator. I think he's a Bellator guy. I forget. Anyways, in any event, he wants to win an MMA Heavyweight Championship. It's probably not going to be a UFC one, so it's probably going to be Bellator. What other ones are out there? I don't even know. I think, doesn't Spike have Bellator? I fucking don't know. Anyways, next up, Moose. Oh, yeah, that's right. Moose comes out because Moose is going to confront him and they're going to fight. And I was very happy. When Moose came out, he did his air guitar, Moose, air guitar, Moose. I was very happy with that. I'm a man of simple pleasures. Anyways, he comes out. Moose is on the mic, but before he says anything, he sucker punches Lashley. The brawl goes to the outside. Lashley powerbombs Moose awkwardly to the outside. I thought this was a pretty brutal. It was like 5 minutes of them just fighting on the outside. All sorts of brutality, boots, power bombs, going through barriers. It was fantastic. When Moose is about to get the upper hand in the ring, American Top Team comes in, jumps him, chokes him out. Lashley beats him up some more, and then that's it. That's the end of the show. Today, Impact released a statement from Jim Cornette saying, due to Lashley's reprehensible behavior, along with American Top Team, he will not be granted his unconditional release. He is now at our whims. So, Lashley, too bad, so sad, because you got those jabronis from American Top Team involved with your business with Moose. You do not get your release from Impact Wrestling. Too bad. So, we'll see how that all plays out in the coming weeks. Victory Road is 2 weeks away. Looking forward to that, I guess. Anyways, that's my GFW Impact review. Hope you guys appreciated it. Till next time, I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.